Okay, we're technically live. So, three, two, one. We are Squawking Dead. And welcome to the first Saturday of 2020. We have a small little video for you. I'm happy to premiere it. It's the interview with Greg Nicotero. First things first, we just have to get a little housekeeping out of the way. That's why we're here live. Number one, I am going to be there in the chat as the interview airs. It's only about 5 minutes and a half. So if you do want to stick around on Instagram afterwards, we can keep chatting, talk about the episode, talk about anything you want. So, two, as the episode airs, wait for the episode to actually air. If you do like what we're doing, you can throw us a coffee. When you do, you'll see, like right about here, right here, your name will actually pop up, and that will be there forever on YouTube and Facebook, letting everybody know that you gave us a coffee, and that's really great. And what that coffee will entitle you to is early access to full downloads to original recordings, the finished product of each video, of each episode. So you get that to download offline for your personal use. And a whole lot more. If we can get all the content that we've saved up for this break all out of the way, I definitely want to give early access to giveaways for just coffee subscribers, at least for like a week or something like that, so that they can get in a whole bunch of entries in. So that's like a thing I've been toying with. I've also been toying with the idea of because when we do coffee subscribers have access to the recording. So when we record, when the hosts record amongst each other, coffee subscribers get a link to that meeting, that teleconference. So they can be in the chat as we go live, as we record, because what we've been doing lately is when we go live, we actually do pre-recorded episodes. But coffee subscribers get access to the recordings from when we record. What I want to do with that is eventually I want to test this out where we actually pull coffee subscribers onto the show and have them be a part of it, at least either in the beginning or at the end, to start, and then maybe as giving them 5 or 10 or 20 minutes to be just comment on some of the things we're talking about, or like pull them into segments and stuff like that. So that would be kind of cool. In the meantime, yeah, so if you want to do that, head to ko-fi.com/squawkingdead. You'll see the link also as the stream airs, and especially if you do want to donate, yeah, again, you'll see your name pop up as the stream airs. Monthly donations are appreciated. I will be creating the blog for our Percolation Nation. It's a little blog that just tells everybody what people have donated this month, and just thanking everybody from the bottom of my heart, sharing their social media accounts, so that you can follow them as well. So I really appreciate it. Okay, on to some deeper housekeeping. So the Australian wildfires, it's come to my attention that most of Australia is on fire, essentially. And so it's just one of those things where it can't be ignored. I mean, obviously we're not trying to ignore it, but it's one of those things where if you do feel like you want to do something and you want to give, I would highly recommend you head over to our friend Freakish Orders account on Instagram. I'm not sure if the link is on her Twitter as well, but she is in Australia. She's a dear friend of mine, and she's done the artwork for the season 10 videos. The season 10 banners and basically on our website, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, all that. So the banners that we've created that are on there are hers. It's also part of the intro videos to our season 10 videos too. I mean, not this one, obviously this is special. So if you can head over to her Instagram stories today, you can look over some of the data that she's posted on what's been happening and how bad it is, and head to the link in her Instagram profile. That would be at freakish, FREAKISH .order. I'll put the link to her bio in the description for the YouTube and Facebook videos at the very least. Next up is Nightmare on Elm's top surgery. Nightmare on Elm is a really dear friend of ours. He won last year's big giveaway, which was two shout outs from two people on Cameo.com, which was Ross Marquand and Kari Payton. And ever since then, we've been really, really good friends. It's just such a bizarre ride, and there, he's such a good friend of ours, and so he is trans, and for a while he's actually had the money to save up for his top surgery, and he's gotten into some financial trouble where he's had to use that money for his family, and so now he's been forced to actually get some help from the community. So if you can, I will also leave a link to their account on in the description. Head over to the link in their bio. It's Nightmare on Elm, and just all one word, but the Elm, the E is a 3. So head over to that, check that out, and just give what you can if you could. Regardless of any positions you have on that sort of stuff. I mean, if you love them, if you love him, just give. That'll be great. I don't want to waste too much time. The video is only 5 minutes long anyway, so I think I filled in just as much time as the video is going to take to air. So without further ado, thank you for listening to me. Here's the video with Greg Nicotero. And again, if you find it in your heart to give, please do. Please throw us a coffee. I have not had a cup of coffee yet today. I will be having it right after the stream with your help. So thank you very much. And without further ado, Greg Nicotero, OG SQUAWKING D, Carol G, and also CosmoMom09 is filming. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in the chat.
I'm Carol, by the way.
Again. I remember Carol.
Yes. We have a little podcast called SQUAWKING Dead. So thank you so much for taking a couple of minutes.
My pleasure.
So one of the things that I was going to ask you is you're involved in so much on the show. Like you were on the creative end, directing, all sorts of different aspects. Is there a part that you like the most, that you find that you enjoy the most?
Well, every job is different, and that's kind of what makes it fun. Mm-hmm. It's fun to design the creatures and the zombie gags and stuff, because that's pure creativity. You read the script and you start envisioning how you're going to specifically do an effect.
Yeah.
That's what I've been doing for 35 years. I kind of love that part of it.
Yeah.
And then you read the script, and then you, as a producer, you look at things differently. From a producer, you look at the story arc and the edits and which characters are developed in which way. So that's a different part of it. And then when you're directing, you got to tell the entire story. You have to service the storyline, you got to service the visuals, you have to service the actors and the characters. So every single position I hold on the show, it's a different experience. And I think that's what's fun about The Walking Dead, especially for me, is because I get to do a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
And collaborating with the writers, collaborating with the actors, collaborating with the director of photography and the crew, and like crafting these beautiful images. I mean, everything's different.
Yeah.
And some days are great and some days are agonizing, but it's agonizing because you want it to be the best that it can be, and you push yourself, and that's what we've been doing on the show for literally 10 years.
Yeah, definitely. Do you have any advice for people who would like to get into the industry in different ways? I mean, we know there are some of us that are like architects by trade that love set design. There are some of us that are cosmetologists that do a lot of makeup work. What advice would you give them?
Well, listen, the movie business it's unlike any other industry.
Yeah.
It's very illogical.
Yeah.
Because you basically build something and then you use it for 3 days and then you rip it down and you build something else. So the skill set is very different. Like somebody who has an architect that designs buildings wouldn't necessarily design or build something the same way you would build it for a movie.
Right.
Because for a movie, like the Barrington House at Hilltop, there's no interior. Like the interior of that is built on a soundstage.
Right.
So you shoot the exterior of them walking up and they go through the door and then you cut and then the crew moves to the soundstage and then they walk in the door.
Yeah.
So it's built very differently.
Yeah.
So the transition is it's a challenging one because of the fact that like the makeup that you do in film isn't necessarily the same as the makeup that you do every day.
Yeah.
So that transition, I don't know how to advise anyone to make that transition because it's really just one of those things that it's a learned scenario.
Yeah, you learn as you go and you just have to have that experience.
And I think what the show gives people that aren't in the industry, it gives them a peek behind the curtain. And then that peek is enticing and interesting. And people are like, oh, I want to learn how to do that.
Right.
And that's what I like about The Walking Dead is that it's reached so many people on such a profound level. The people that come through my line that say, I want to do what you do, like that's the greatest compliment that I could ever get because that means that something that I've been involved with is inspiring young artists.
Right.
And that's how I got into it. I met George Romero and I met Tom Savini and I was inspired by what they did and I was like super excited about it. And I was like, wait a minute, like there's guys that build mechanical sharks and they put the shark in the ocean and they make Jaws. Like when I was younger, I didn't know that was a job.
No.
I saw a magazine, Time magazine, with an article about Jaws and those pictures of the fake shark and I went, oh my God, that was a fake shark? Like,
right, it's like somebody
how did
does
they do
that. Yeah.
And then I realized that was a job, but it was just a hobby for me. I never thought that I would make that transition.
Yeah.
Until I just found myself at the right place at the right time and everything kind of lined up. So I was fortunate to be able to make that transition. But it's a hard thing to like guide somebody into, oh, well, this is how you want to transition into that. Because with every single person, it's different.
It's a different, pathway in, and then, but once you're in, it's like then.
Yeah. Once you're in, then you gotta, then it's like surfing a tidal wave.
Yeah.
You know, and you gotta learn how to maneuver in and out of it because it's, like any business, it's rocky and tumultuous and, amazing all at the exact same second.
And exhilarating all at the same time.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for your time.
My pleasure. Thanks for talking to me.
It's always nice to have conversations, so I appreciate it.
So much better, right?
And sitting.
Yes.
Oh my God, yeah.
Well, I did a lot of squats today, sitting and standing.
That's what I was saying. I was like, it's like a spinning class. It's like stand, sit,
I should
sit.
have a tall table. You think that would have made more sense?
There were some tall tables in another place.
Yeah. They had to give that to Beta because,
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, look, and he's got nobody in his line. Screw that guy. I love you, Ryan.
Thanks again. Have a good one.